Hello Patriots, today we are going to work on finding equivalent fractions. So at the top of your 2-column notes, if you will please write finding equivalent fractions. We've learned how to write equivalent fractions. Today we're going to learn to find the equivalent fraction that is the simplest form. So our I can statement will be I can express equivalent fractions in simplest form. Well, we probably need to know some vocabulary that goes along with this. So the first thing we probably need to know is, what is a common factor? And a common factor is a number that divides both numbers evenly so that you wouldn't have a remainder. And we also need to know what simplest form is, because if we're going to express equivalent fractions in simplest form, we probably need to know what that means. So simplest form is when the only common factor of the numerator and denominator is 1. So let's look at an example. Push pause first. Okay, our example is to find all fractions equivalent to 8/12. Well, let's start out over here with drawing. We're going to draw 12 counters because our denominator is how many in all. So we're going to draw 12 counters. First way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And let's say 8. Since our numerator is 8, we're going to shade 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And it's very easy to see that this is a model of 8/12 of counters. They're shaded. Push pause. So then you need to think, how else can I group these counters where I still would have 8 counters shaded and 4 not shaded? So if I look at it a second way, I'm going to have, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 total counters. And again, we'll shade 8 of them. So I think, well, let's take a look here. If I do a group here, and another group, and another group, and another group, then that divides equally. So I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups. And now 1, 2, 3, 4 groups of the 6 are shaded. So I could also represent those counters as 4/6 of the groups of counters are shaded. So that's another equivalent fraction. Push pause. So then we think, how else can I group these counters where they will be equal, but where the groups are larger or we have less amount of groups? So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we're going to shade the same amount because remember we want them to be equal. And then I can think, well, let's see if I can make this instead of 6 equal groups. What other number goes into 12? I know 6 goes into 12. Well, how about if I have 3 equal groups? So let's look at how many counters would I need in each to make 3 equal groups. Well, that would make 1 group, 2 groups. So now I have 3 total groups. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. And how many groups are shaded? Well, 2/3 of the groups are shaded. So when I look at this, I know that 8/12 and 4/6 and 2/3 are equivalent fractions. And I'm going to abbreviate equivalent. Push pause. So I next want to ask myself, which one is the simplest form? Well, we look at this in a couple ways. Since 2/3 has the fewest amount of parts, because there's only 3, we know that 2/3 is the simplest form. We could also look at it this way. We have 8/12, 4/6, and 2/3. And you can divide 8 and 12 by 1, 2, and 4. So we have to know our division. We could also, on 4/6, we can divide 4 and 6 by 1 and 2. We can't divide 4 into 6 evenly. Okay, that's where the common factor over here on our vocabulary, a number that divides both numbers evenly. Well, 4 doesn't go into 6 evenly. So we can divide 4 and 6 by 1 and by 2. 2/3 we can divide 2 and 3 only by 1. And that's where the simplest form definition comes in. When the only common factor of the numerator and the denominator is 1. Therefore, 2/3 is the simplest form. We will practice in class. Have a good night, Patriots.